let's look into a day in a life of an administrator who want to simplify access to his desktop running in both Azure and an on-prem environment. The first thing what we do is we go to the capacity. I have an on-prem capacities here. I have an Azure capacity. The first thing is we need to set up an identity and access management. That means I need to have a common IDP which is configured for both on-prem as well as cloud. So as you can see here, I have an Active Directory which is configured. And once I configure the Active Directory, and you can see here my identity, domain, and UAG are the three important configurations, and I need to enable JWT Authenticator. That means what's happening here is because an edge gateway, which is deployed on-prem, the configurations for this particular capacity will be pushed directly to the respective connection server, which is hosted on-prem. Once we've done that, what happens here is we are making sure that the user authenticates with the Horizon Cloud, doesn't need to re-authenticate again to on-prem world. That is where the JWT token helps here. The user is getting redirected to connect to his desktop on-prem. So on-prem Horizon 8 and Horizon Cloud can trust each other and allow you to authenticate only once and get access to your desktop. After you save the configuration, brokering is enabled. You see this universal broker feature now. Behind the scenes here is if I go back to on-premises environment, I log in into my Horizon 8 environment, and in the servers, you see this connection server, there is an authentication. The JWT authenticator configuration is already pushed by the Horizon Cloud to me locally. That means the JWT is configured properly. The next step is I go to my pools. In this case, my domains, as I said, my Active Directory domain is also configured so that I'm using a common Active Directory. And then I go to my desktops and see my pools. I have two pools here. And when I click on desktop pool settings, I can check this box called Cloud Managed, allowing this pool to be replicated into Horizon Cloud. So because I said Cloud Managed, in the Horizon Cloud, when I go to my pools, I now started the pools which are created by Horizon 8. And you can see here, this is the pool which is actually synced from on-prem to the cloud. I have the visibility of the pools both on-prem as well as the cloud. You can see that LSPA. So now in the Horizon Cloud, I can create a pool group. Pool group consists of capacities from multiple pools. So now I have pools from Azure and I have pools from on-prem. I'm creating a pool group which I want to mix both the environments. In this case, I selected floating desktops, and you can see here, this is I have both Azure and I also have a pool group from on-prem, and I select and then automatically select those. You can see Azure, I can select an on-prem pool and then select next. That means in a single pool group, I have both the capacities of the pool available. Figure my pool group settings, that how many VMs, what is the timeout, right? All the settings, and then click finish. So now my pool group is set up. Now, interestingly, what happens is this is the time you entitle the users. If I go to do entitlements, select a group of users which are part of help desk group, can automatically get access to this particular pool. And then I entitle the user group here and then click save. And this is where the magic happens behind the scenes. What happens now is you can see there is a entitlement sync status going on automatically, and it is done and synced. Once I go back to my on-prem of Horizon 8, what I see there is the help desk users which are entitled are now automatically entitled to on-prem users. You can see here when I go to my pool, you say this pool is managed by cloud. It's called cloud assigned, cloud enabled, and cloud managed. And when I click on my entitlements, I can see this help desk group automatically sync to on-prem. The user logs in and then he will be asked with his username and password and he specify his domain name. That pool has one single icon. I click on that based on the policies. The user has got his desktop and successfully logged in and he can able to work on his desktop. Now the thing here is, let's say you decided that you want to decommission this pool, right? How do you do that? So it's pretty simple. You can go to Horizon Cloud and then you can select that particular pool group, whichever you have created, and remove that particular, pool from the pool group. The moment you remove the pool, automatically what happened is we send a sync command to the Horizon 8 saying that this particular pool is no more managed by Horizon Cloud. And you can see that, clearly saying that cloud assignment is disabled. That means the cloud is no more managing this desktop, and you can go to the desktop pools and you can uncheck that cloud managed. Automatically, what happens is this pool is no more now associated with Horizon Cloud. And then everything is back to normal. And if you want this to manage as a standalone Horizon 8, you can continue. And you can also go to pools and you can also select that particular pool, saying that let's say suppose it's synced, you can see here that pool is automatically disappeared from the list. This is how you actually decommission the pools which are integrated with the Horizon Cloud Universal Broker.